Hello, Kaiju United. It is me, Jacob, the guy that usually does the interviews. If you're listening, watching, reading this, I'm here with Vinnie Deluxe from Kaiju Big Battel.
Hello, hello.
You want to introduce yourself real quick, Vinnie? Tell the people who you are.
I would absolutely love to. Friends and folks, people of Kaiju United, if you are unfamiliar, let me tell you a little something. I am Vinnie Deluxe, MC, host, announcer, if you will, general voice talkie man of Kaiju Big Battel, the number one, the only place to see live giant monster fightos in a town near you. I can only do so much to contain the madness, the monstrosity, the absolute mayhem that happens in cities around the world, from Canada to Japan to right here in the good old US of A. We are there going ahead and celebrating 30 years of Kaiju Big Battel, 30 years of fightos. You know how many buildings, Jacob, how many buildings that destroys? You know how many buildings we destroy in a single night?
Too many. I don't know.
Too freaking many. And if that gets your goat, if that's the thing that gets you sick freaks excited, then you're going to absolutely love what Kaiju Big Battel has to offer.
When did you get affiliated with Kaiju Big Battle? And because you're kind of, you introduce these Phytos to the audience. When did that begin for you?
Honestly, I am actually, believe it or not, relatively new to the scene for Kaiju Big Battel, though I have been downloading as much information off of LimeWire as humanly possible to be as prepared as necessary for this position. I've only been with Kaiju Big Battel for 2 years now. 2 years, and already the absolute horrors I've seen brought upon the townships across the world. It has been absolutely amazing and the honor of an absolute lifetime.
What was the moment that made you go, I want to be in the thick of this. I want to be in the middle of these great battles between food items and creatures of unusual size, just demolishing buildings. What's the thrill?
The thrill is getting to be able to, well, first off, to see and be seen by the beautiful, the amazing Kaiju Big Battle universe, the Kaiju fans themselves. You know, as far as me, whenever since I was a young deluxe, a junior deluxe, if you will, I have always been just attracted to monster on monster violence. Something about uh, creatures, otherworldly creatures, creatures that form from the ground, from the magma of volcanoes, from the minds of absolute madmen, going head to head, and the stories they tell. It's kind of like, I don't. I'm Jake. You seem like a cricket guy. I'm assuming you're familiar with cricket, right?
Actually, no, I don't know a thing about cricket.
Okay, then I have no actual context to give there. Let's just say I truly enjoy watching monsters fight, and even as a young junior deluxe, sort of sitting in my bedroom, looking out the window as my poor township got destroyed by Dusto Bunny and Valfor, I thought to myself, this is great as long as they stay outside of the 5 mile radius from my condo. This is absolutely fantastic. And found myself as a lonely kid with minimal friends narrating these battles. So, truthfully, this is one of those things that I could say I was born for.
So all these monsters are causing intense wreckage and perhaps some skyrocketing insurance rates wherever they go. How do we tell which monsters are good and which monsters we got to watch out for? I mean, they're all monsters,
They
right?
are monsters, but not all monsters are made the same. They're not all cut from the same cloth. Uh, many of the monsters we have, many of our kaiju heroes are specifically here to help protect us, to help save us from the biggest ne'er do wells that roam the earth, the members of Doctor Cube and his posse, Doctor Cube, who has brought evil upon this world, who has taken from all sorts of shady government ops, uh, and built these monsters and these minions in his own image through some of the most dastardly and disgusting means. Uh, and so, with that said, while not all monsters are going to be just stamped with the Dr. Cube symbol or the hero symbol, I am here to usually help guide you, the kaiju fans, to understand fully who is here to protect us, who is here to save the day, to be able to tell the heroes like American Beetle and Power Rangeru from the evils like Hell Monkey and Gomimon. That being said, a monkey made of pure hell fire and a giant trash monster, I could only assume you could see those as bad monsters. Now, granted, don't judge a book by its cover. Those are kind of giveaways. Those are kind of giveaways, right? A New Jersey trash monster. I'm just saying, it's not something you necessarily want in your home. So hopefully that helps a little bit. But whenever you get confused, never fear. Vinnie Deluxe and my many counterparts, of course, I got to give it up for Billy McGurk, Kleibo, Joe Kappa, Stu Stickerstone. The various members of the Kaiju announce team are here to help you, guide you through the need to knows of Kaiju Big Battle.
Do some kaiju fans or the kaiju universe, as you said, is there any sect of those fans that appreciate the evil kaiju just because they look cool or something, or is it always just we need to stick up for those who protect us? Does that make sense?
Look, no, absolutely, absolutely, and look, you are bound to stumble over a few bad eggs here, a few people who think it's cool to be anti, you know, like the kind of people who cheer for the Joker instead of Batman. Like, I get it and I understand. Um, but if I can't change your mind, the actual machination, seeing Dr. Cube in action, seeing Dr. Cube do his despicable, his dirty work in front of you when you're at an event, that usually speaks for itself. Everyone wants to be anti and cool until you actually see the villainous. And by that point, the kaiju faithful, the kaiju universe tends to make the right decision in the end.
Yeah, I mean, he tore up the Maple Leafs jersey. What a despicable action!
What an absolute jerk. What a maroon of a man.
To do that in
Yes.
Canada?
See, and he does it. And that just gives him joy. And that's the kind of thing that makes him happy. How can you cheer for such a thing that goes out of its way to find something and dive in and decimate the very thing people hold sacred. Despicable.
You bring up this Doctor Cube guy, and some of our readers have discovered the world of Kaiju Big Battle for the first time and don't know who that is. They might be like, "Who is this Doctor Cube guy? Why should we look out for him?" Do you know where he came from, or did he just show up one day and start doing evil stuff?
The far enough back origins of Doctor Cube remain a mystery to many. However, Doctor Cube was once a member of the Kaiju Regulatory Commission until he became disillusioned. And I think there was always a mean, always an evil streak within Doctor Cube. Of course, stealing a lot of the information to go off and to do his own thing. Of course, the very few other things we know about Dr. Q was once a plastic surgeon uh, who was so obsessed with perfecting his own face, with making it absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful until a fateful day, whether it was purely an earthquake or possibly a kaiju rumble shaking the earth beneath him caused him to horribly and utterly disfigure his face into just, oh god, I just got like a face image in my head. Sorry,
Oh, you're
sorry.
okay. You're okay.
I've seen it. I've seen it. Many who have been to our shows have seen it. Not good. Which is why he wears the giant cube mask to protect his face, because he doesn't want anyone seeing how absolutely hideous, as ugly on the outside as he is on the inside.
That sounds like a real dastardly guy to me. Someone you should not root for and should not support.
Do not support that schmuck.
So, obviously, this battle, several battles or fightos, have been going on for 30 years now, which is
30
a
years.
long, long time to be battling, the forces of good and evil fighting for that long. Is there a reason, do you think, it's gone on this long? Maybe just evil will always rise and good will always rise to face it? Or is there something more?
I'm not here to divulge into the inner workings of the Kaiju Regulatory Commission and how this stuff maintains, partially because they don't answer my emails. But what I can tell you is, Kaiju have caused chaos around the globe for eons, really, long before Kaiju Big Battel was able to, and the Kaiju Regulatory Commission was able to maintain these, control these, and manage these. Glitching out a little bit there. I do apologize. Manage these fightos into something that was a little more controlled with a referee such as our wonderful ref. You call that a knife Dundee. It, it, it's it's gone on this long because there is no stopping them. There is no ending them. Uh, you cannot just stop the kaiju. We are just mere humans in the world. We are just these tiny insignificant ants compared to what is essentially these god-like creatures roaming the earth. That said, the reason why it's gone on this long is because they've been maintained. Had Kaiju Big Battel, had the Kaiju Regulatory Commission not stepped in the first place, humanity would have ended long ago, and therefore with it any violence that kaiju have caused would just be flattened to absolute desert. Uh, it's gone on this long, not because they want to, not because we want to, because it has to, Jacob. Because it absolutely has to.
We also keep bringing up this KRC, as I think it's called. Please correct me if I'm wrong on that. But can you explain to the people at home that might be clueless with our, terminology of all these names that we're throwing around? What is this organization? And of course, they contain these kaiju, but is there any more that they do?
I'm not at liberty to talk about the KRC. That said, the Kaiju Regulatory Commission is what upholds the rules, what upholds the standings, what sanctions these bouts, and what allows, what keeps these monsters fighting, what keeps these monsters turned against each other and not against the good people of the world.
I think that explains it. Just you keep looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, if you see a red dot anywhere, please let me know.
It's kind of hard to see with that red jacket. I'm not going to lie to you.
I realize my color choice was maybe a mistake in this instance.
So, obviously, we don't know a lot about this shadowy, mysterious organization, but could you speculate on why they haven't contained Dr. Cube after all this time? I think that'd be the first question someone new would ask. Why don't they just contain the Cube guy? There you go, your problem solved.
Well, Dr. Cube, as loath as I am to say it, is a certified genius. And that's not necessarily me giving him his flowers. That is the both legal and medical term for how his brain works. Uh, Dr. Cube has not been contained because somehow he managed to elude containedness. Uh, Dr. Cube, I speculate, also holds an important part of the Kaiju Big Battle ecosystem. Without a common enemy, you know, it is possible these monsters turn on each other. At that point, what then? What then? Does a new villain rise up from the ashes of the kaiju monsters turning on each other? It's hard to tell. Do we take that chance? I think not.
Well said. Interesting speculation. I'm sure that may get brought up in my comments, so I
No,
had to
no,
ask.
I understand. You, much like many of the people, are probably fearing Dr. Cube. And that is normal. That is not only expected, that's encouraged. Uh, but lo and behold, the KRC has it covered, has it managed, and our kaiju heroes do and always will prevail. That is, of course, until December 8th, our next and final 30th anniversary show for Kaiju Big Battle, the grand finale, where everything is on the line. Jacob, I need to ask you, as a professional researcher, I don't. Are you familiar with the legend of the Kaiju coins?
I'm not. Please fill me in because even the people that are readers and our supporters have no idea what these coins are.
No worries, as this is probably the crux of everything. That the balance of the world itself hangs on the line on December 8th at Kaiju Big Battle, 30th anniversary, Volume 11, the grand finale. See, this year, the Kaiju Regulatory Commission decided for the 30th anniversary, we would be holding a tournament, a Kaiju coin tournament. At the beginning of the year, every Kaiju was gifted one coin. And throughout the year, those coins could be wagered in every single fighto going out. If a kaiju wins, they earn that coin. If they end up losing all their coins, they are fully out of the tournament unless agreed upon by the Kaiju Regulatory Commission. The idea is that the kaiju with the most coins at the end of the year can use that to fund the mystical Pearl of Power. Jake, I'm going to need a ooh.
Ooh.
Pearl of Power, which has been said, according to legend, is capable to summon a wish granting dragon. Or a dragon named Grant from Wish.com. We're actually still a little hazy on the translation there. Either way, a kaiju that wins may or may not allegedly get their greatest wish granted. And of course, things are looking pretty tight right now as Dr. Cube, the evil, despicable creature that he is, actually pooled all his minions and all his evil henchmen's coins to give him a head start. It is already kicked off from the beginning of the year. Dr. Cube had the advantage. Now, granted, things are looking a little bit evened out right now. The kaiju heroes have been able to thwart him, but Cube is still looking pretty good at where he stands. And it is possible that Cube could get the most coins. Cube could fund the mystical Pearl of Power, and Cube could get that wish granted by the dragon. If that is the case, we do not know what horrors, we do not know what chaos Dr. Cube will bring upon the world. And I hope to God, I hope and I pray every night, like the good little Vinnie Deluxe that I am, that our kaiju heroes can put a stop to that menace finally and keep them from getting those coins.
How can we watch this go down? I know tickets were on sale. Where will this fight take place?
We are having this fight in the beautiful, beautiful home of Kaiju Big Battle, the place where we tend to have so many of our great shows and bring so many of our kaiju universe together at the Bell House in Brooklyn, New York. Of course, if you do not live in New York and you're still like, yes, I want to see this, I need to know what happens, I need to cheer on my favorite kaiju from afar. Well, you are in luck, guys, because we will be streaming this live and for free on the Kaiju Big Battel YouTube channel, where we've been putting a lot of our shows on lately. What a great way for you to get to know other kaiju fans across the world and see how this shakes out, see how this tournament ends, see how the story, how the 30 years of Kaiju Big Battel culminate to that very moment.
I didn't know it was going to be live stream. That's fantastic.
Absolutely going to be live stream, Jacob. I hope to go ahead and see you there from, where are you, Jacob?
We're based in Salt Lake City, Utah.
All the way from Salt Lake City. I hope you can enjoy your half alcohol content beer while you are watching Kaiju Big Battel live on YouTube.
Hey man, we just got 6% beer in our grocery stores. We're making progress, Vinny.
Mazel tov, Jake. You see, already, what better way to celebrate than spending the other 94% of your energy on Kaiju Big Battel?
um, so a lot of your fightos and battles take place in the New York, I guess we'll call it tri-state area. I don't know, might be wrong. Recently, there was an epic battle in Japan. I think for the first time, maybe I might be incorrect on that. But could you shed some light on the battle in Japan?
Absolutely. For the first time ever, Kaiju Big Battel was able to make their way all the way to Japan. Home for a number of our kaiju, but for many of us, a first time. An absolutely amazing showing. And I got to say, the kaiju fans of Japan did not disappoint. It was an absolutely amazing time where, amongst other things, we saw the return of human kaiju hero and longtime friend Lingerie Muto making his return to the Kaiju Big Battel universe, to the world, to team up with the hero Unicorn Party to go against Hell Monkey and Dr. Cube. More importantly, of course, Dr. Cube had just won the Kaiju Grand Championship belt at RPM Fest in Montague, Massachusetts, just a month before, and things were looking at their absolute bleakest as he was having so many coins and the belt. But thanks to the help of Lingerie Muto, Unicorn Party came home and was able to bring the belt back with him to be the new Kaiju Grand Champion. On top of that, we also saw the return of one and only Baby Sky Devler, a space alien that was once abandoned due to Dr. Cube killing its mother and left in the care of Kung Fu Chicken Noodle Soup to raise her as his sensei and her father. Uh, Baby Sky Devler now all grown up to be the next Sky Devler, the one the prophecy long ago foretold would be the greatest kaiju fighter of all time. And now back with her adoptive father, Kung Fu Chicken Noodle Soup, it is possible she may fill that prophecy. A lot of amazing things, a lot of game changing things happen in Japan. And while we had an absolutely amazing time, it certainly will not be the last time we appear.
I know that a lot of secrets are contained within the KRC, but can we expect any other first time battles in any other areas in 2025?
We are working on some stuff right now. I cannot, I can neither confirm nor deny exactly where. Again, not returning my emails. I have put the double exclamation point thing on all of them, and maybe 5 a day is too much, but nonetheless, they are still not giving me what I need to know. I simply appear when I am summoned. That being said, going into 2025 and beyond, if you thought the last 30 years of Kaiju Big Battel have been special, have been absolutely insane, I can promise you, you have not seen anything yet. We have only just begun. consider the first 30 years an absolute 30 years of starting, because we have so many more places to go, and the world is truly our oyster. Also possible, based on some top secret files I read, the world is actually an oyster. I do not know. I also could be wrong, because no one's outside after I've said that. So maybe disregard.
They're just like, hey, Vinny's full of shit. We'll walk away this time.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's very, very possible. I'm simply getting this from the dark web and things that have been photocopied and sent to me, and not the other Vinny Deluxe that actually works in the office. Completely unrelated. I think the emails are just too similar.
Yeah. Vinny, I want to get to know you a little bit. Again, question just popped into my head. Sometimes I light bulb, improvise a little bit.
Bring it. Let's go.
Vinny, do you have a favorite heroic kaiju fighter?
Honestly, it would be like picking your favorite child if all of your children were at least 60 stories tall or more. It is truly hard to pick an absolute favorite. Uh, so I would say all of them. That being said, uh, my favorite kaiju is the one on the evening that beats up Dr. Cube. Notable favorites in the past, of course, based on the certain battles. You've seen creatures like Steam Power Tentacle Boulder, a former longtime kaiju grand champion, the aforementioned Unicorn Party, who at one point almost tag teamed with my mother, but ended up going with somebody else in the end. Um, so many Power Rangeru, who has often come to the aid to save the day of many of our heroes. Even a hero like Japan Droid, who has only come back in recent years after finally finding that single A battery high atop the Himalayas. It'd be hard to pick one I like the most, but I can't pick one I like the least, and that's Dr. Cube.
I did want to comment a little bit. I did see while I was doing as much intensive research on the world of kaiju that French Toast heroically and tragically lost his life, um, saving the lives of other kaiju. Can you comment on that at all?
It rarely does such a selfless act uh, move even the most professional of us to absolute tears. The loss of French Toast uh, is still something that ruminates through the kaiju universe. It's something we all think about. Um, it's hard to really put into words what French Toast has meant to the kaiju community. Uh, but his memory, his legacy, his flavor will not be forgotten. Uh, our hearts are out to French Toast's family, to the country of origin where he is regarded as a hero. Uh, and we thank him for his service.
An amazing eulogy.
You're welcome.
Um, in the announcement for French Toast's unfortunate passing, they said that he may be able to come back or he may be able to be rebuilt. Is that possible for a kaiju? Can they just come back from the brink like that?
Um, it is not unheard of for our kaiju to come back. We have seen them come back in various different forms. Uh, one of the members of Los Plantanos, Pablo Plantain, was killed in battle. and brought back as a zombie plantain. Um, of course, Bear Ranger, once a great close friend of Burger Bear, died and was brought back by Dr. Cube, brainwashed to be almost more bear than ranger, to join his posse. Um, Kaiju have come back from death in the past. Is it possible? Well, in the world of Kaiju Big Battel, anything is possible. Uh, is it likely? In the world of Big Battel, anything is likely. Uh, it's hard for me to say, uh, again, because the KRC will not, and I repeat, will not return my emails. And I've tried from various burner accounts. I've IG DM'd them, and I've gotten a who dis at one point, which is probably the most information I'm able to get. So I can leave it at that. Uh, I, for one, would love to see French Toast back, unless, of course, he is zombified, brainwashed, back in pieces, or working for Dr. Cube in any other way, in which case I hope that creature stays dead.
Could the Kaiji universe attempt to email the KRC, or is that a bad idea?
I wouldn't suggest it, not because they can't, or anything bad would happen, but because the heartbreak of them not emailing you back after trying so many times, using many different aliases, paying for various Outlook accounts. Because Outlook isn't technically free to use. I mean, it is, but like it doesn't work the same way if you don't pay for Outlook. Uh, it's heartbreaking. It takes an emotional toll as someone who's been through this now for a while. Um, and I don't want to wish that emotional pain on anybody. However, you can always interact with our socials if you want to at Kaiju Big Battel on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook. Hell, you know what? We just got a Blue Sky recently. You can find Kaiju Big Battel there. It won't go to the KRC, but it will go to an absolutely lovely person who is managing all our social accounts.
Find you. Um, I want to know, for someone that is discovering Kaiju Big Battel or wants to go back and watch previous fightos or battles, are there any essential fightos and battles that someone has to see that you should run, don't walk?
Mm. Well, I would argue that many of our best, if you're looking for uh, what I believe the Japanese call an amuse bouche, if you will, uh, we do absolutely have some great battles throughout kaiju history on our YouTube channel over there, including some full fightos and some of our recent stuff as well. Um, we have a Southern division because Kaiju Big Battel is too big to be contained to just one area. And many of the shows of our Southern division do happen to be on WWN Live. You can go ahead if you have a subscription, you can watch it there. We also have many of our fightos on Gumroad. You can find that through the Kaiju Mall, through our web store as well, where you can find plenty of T-shirts, plenty of Keshi, if glow in the dark or otherwise here, like this American Beetle Keshi or this Silver Potato Keshi. If you want, you can get even full sets. Collect them all, trade with your friends, keep them from coming alive at night and stealing your pantry food. And of course, we even still do DVDs. We have a lot of DVDs of our old shows and some of actual like compilation shows like this one here, Kaiju Big Battel, Terabi Sento. They are great stuff, a great way to get in. As far as which ones to watch, honestly, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. Um, you can find some of the early shows that we did with G4 and its original incarnation. I believe we do have those up, at least one of those up, the G4 Action Blast on YouTube somewhere. to be available. It's a great way, as that does have a great compilation of fightos there. As well as somewhere in the world, and we were going to maybe look at trying to make this available. We'll figure this out. Was the brief, I believe it was a 2-hour pack on MTV2 back when people were still watching MTV2. That's how long we've been around. That being said, there is talks. While I've not been able to get in touch with the KRC, because again, emails. I have been able to talk to a person who once told me that he was an intern and his uncle, who worked for Nintendo, used to work for the KRC. And there is talks of finding ways to make all of our fightos available digitally. Will take some time, but it's not the question. It is being researched and developed again by an intern who said his uncle worked for Nintendo. So we'll see where that lands.
My uncle works for Nintendo.
I've heard it before, and every time I am inclined to believe it.
Yeah, well, my dad works for Microsoft.
That I don't believe. Nobody works for
I know.
Microsoft. It is one person, Bill Gates, and a hive mind.
Bill Gates. You're right. How'd you know?
I just know these things.
You just know.
I just know.
God, you gotta watch those red dots, dude.
I'm trying. I'm covered in nothing but red dots. You know how paranoid that makes me? This is a white suit. I can't be trusted.
That's good. So, Vinny, is there not a single Phyto that you could recommend to anybody that just speaks to you? Just such a memorable or epic clash or a wonderful triumph of good over evil. Just one specific Phyto you would recommend?
I mean, I'll say right now, uh, the first one that comes to mind is actually one we just had out in Pittsburgh, of all places, at Preserving Underground. We were just there, where we had an amazing match between Los Plantanos, our double danger tandem tag team champions, and Honey Knot and Jeremiah Pink Bear, where Jeremiah Pink Bear was thrown from the balcony of this old converted church into the arena on top of Plantain, doing a crossbody from what may be 16, 17 feet up above. I mean, absolutely wild, absolutely chaotic. Had to be the kind of thing I never in my life would have been able to see, but was an amazing, amazing bout. I think some of the uh, tandem fightos are some of the most athletic things we've ever had. Uh, I would argue again, coming soon as things are being put together, our show from Japan, the Unicorn Party and Lingerie Mudo versus Hell Monkey and Dr. Cube. Another amazing, absolute bout, a wonderful fighto. Uh, some I would also argue some early Silver Potato stuff. Silver Potato being one of the most athletic kaiju we have, using his b-boy breakdancing background to do some of the most amazing death-defying moves. We've also had some amazing bouts of speed versus power between Power Rangeru and Monger King, the absolute evil brute of Dr. Cube's posse, with a hand the size of the Empire State Building.
Vinny, I hate to cut you off, Vinny, but you just mentioned Doctor Cube. I think there's someone here with us, so
Huh?
I'm gonna add him and see what
No.
happens.
No. Oh, thank God the mute's on. Thank God someone put the mute on this beast, on this monster.
Dr. Cube doesn't smart enough to unmute himself. Come on.
Cube, I can't believe. What are you doing here, Cube? You're not supposed to be here. This is my interview.
I cannot believe you would interrupt me like this.
Aren't you the guy from
name? You say my name 3 times, and then, oh, shocking, Dr. Cube shows up. Ooh.
I didn't think it
Shut
worked
up,
that
Vinnie.
way.
Shut up. Shut up. Who do you think you are? Coming onto my podcast and pretending like you don't know what's happening? Hmm?
This isn't your
Aren't
You
you?
don't think I have a
podcast.
life? Look, I even had
Isn't this
to
the guy from
exchange
the
my
Smosh
my
videos in
trademark
like
white jacket for
2005?
this nice fluffy coat. I'm at home, Vinnie. Okay, I don't have time for all of these games that you like to play.
We're not playing games. We're trying to promote, to tell the fans about how great Kaiju Big Battel is, and having you here.
I have an idea. How about the fans don't show up this time to the Smell House in Brooklyn?
What? No, we
prefer,
can't have that.
I would prefer if none of those wretched kaiju heroes and their oh, look at me, oh, look at us clapping for the heroes. No. How about only Cube fans this time?
But that no one would
That
show
would
up.
be
We'd
so
have.
refreshing, Vinnie. That would be so refreshing if someone, anyone, would be like, yes, Dr. Cube knows what's up. Because he does.
No, but no one. If it was all Dr. Cube fans, it would be an empty Bell House. We'd have no one to watch Kaiju Big Battel.
I'm sorry? You think that no one would show up to see the greatest mastermind, creator of almost 10,000 city-crushing monsters,
It's just
win
based on the
and
reactions.
get his true wish, Vinnie?
Well,
He
I
wants
bet you
to
don't even
come
know what my
back.
wish is.
He wants to be in the Smosh videos again, Vinny. It's Boxman from Smosh.
Oh, yes, yes. I would love to go back to 2009.
Yeah, I honestly, I think there is legal ramifications. I think at this point, Cube has and will go after Boxman. It has been done before. He's gone after people for worse. You know, Cube once said, "My head was shaped like a shape, and that is too close," and has sued me, which is why this is all just green screen behind me. So you really have to be careful when talking about litigations with Dr. Cube.
Yeah, I don't even have green screen. Look, real. Okay, that's real.
Don't rub it in. Don't rub. You've already interrupted my inner. You know how often I get to be
You
in front of
interrupted me. I was at home having a nice glass of Chardonnay. I had to come here for you to set the record straight. You didn't even, again, you don't even know what my wish is, Vinny. Okay? You don't know. And you don't care either, do you?
Well, I do, in that I don't think it's going to be good for the world. I think if you.
Well, I got news for you, Vinny. Wishes are for fools. And my wish will be that all the kaiju heroes go away forever.
We need them. We need them to protect our city.
Vinny? What could be the worst possible thing that could happen?
You take over the world and
oh yeah. Oh, now suddenly it's not cool to take over the world as a megalomaniac evil genius. Yes.
I don't think it was ever cool.
Tell that to 76% of Americans.
Wow, you really hit that one
Topical,
home.
Vinny. It's topical.
No. That's look. As long as we have kaiju heroes here in place, as long as we have the kaiju heroes to protect us, there is still hope in the world. There is still.
I will not stand for this. I will not stand for this. I will. Well, I stood. Hold up. That doesn't count.
You were out of the frame. You were out of the frame.
Yeah, it doesn't count. I said I wouldn't stand, and then I stood. The jokes aren't funny if I have to explain them to you, Vinny and Jacob.
Look, Jacob, I'm so sorry. I did not intend this to happen. Dr. Cube always finds a way to weasel his way. And I'm only feeling brave enough to say this because I'm not currently standing next. I'm not currently standing. Okay, I'm not currently standing next to it. Is that a Rubik's Cube, Dr. Cube?
It's a cube. Get it?
God damn it, Dr.
He had to
Cube.
explain it to us. That's why it's funny.
No, don't encourage him.
It's prop comedy, okay? Prop comedy. You wanted me to go back to 2009.
Well, no, Jacob has got you there. Well, Dr. Cube, you are here. Is your plan, is your wish going to yield positive results for the Kaiju universe, or do we have to worry? Don't rub in the fact that you don't have to do a green screen, that you sued me out of my home and now I just live in a green box. Like, don't rub that in.
Oh, I'll rub it in, Vinny.
So mean. Jacob, he's so mean. Why is he so mean?
I don't know.
It's because I went to
he's got
medical
his
school and
eyebrows,
you
too.
didn't.
Right, you've even painted on mean eyebrows from that hideous face
You
of
think
yours.
these are painted on?
Are they not?
No, they're felt. They're three-dimensional.
Wow.
Much
I guess
like
that makes sense.
Cube.
A cube,
Like
but not
a
like a square.
cube.
Okay, no, that actually scans. Okay, but they're not real. Well, look.
Is any of this real, Vinny?
Are we living in a simulation, Vinny?
Jacob, back me up on this. You seem like an intelligent, older man. Surely you believe that Dr. Cube, brilliant mastermind and creator of almost 10,000 city-crushing monsters,
He's doing it again,
should truly win and get my wish.
I don't know.
What do you say, Jacob?
I just met you.
Make the right choice, Jacob.
It's
someone's
crazy,
arm is hanging out
right?
behind you.
Well, look, in the end, whether you, Jacob, team up with Dr. Cube, I know for the fact that the people of the Bell House, the people of Brooklyn, the people of Kaiju Big Battel will stand against Cube's evil.
Losers.
And on December 8th, at the Bell House in Brooklyn, whether nerd or member of the Kaiju faithful, they will stand up against the likes of you, Dr. Cube. They will keep you from earning those coins, from getting that pearl of power, and keep you from getting control. It is all that stands between you and absolute anarchy. Kaiju heroes.
Yes. None of those nerds shall ever stop me from stealing, acquiring in full legal way. All right, no shady business here. Okay, all of those Kaiju coins will be mine. No one can stop me. Not even that stupid unicorn party or silver potatoes or even those dumb plantains.
Some of the greatest heroes in the world are here to protect us, and here to protect us from the likes of you. And I can't wait to see you finally get what for far enough away where I can say these things and not have to deal with you physically apprehending me or giving me guff because I do
right. Say
fear
it now,
you.
keyboard warrior. Say it now, because when I see you in December, you shall not have a chance to speak those words to me.
Oh, that's okay. That's a fair point. But right now, I am brave and I am thirsty. And the way I see it, Dr. Cube, you will be stopped. And if you, the Kaiju faithful, if you, the new fans, want to see this happen and you're in the New York area, you're in the tri-state area, grab your tickets today before they sell out, or you can watch it live on YouTube, Kaiju Big Battel, and see Dr. Cube finally get what for, and a hero, a Kaiju hero, rise up and save the day and get that wish and make all right in the world.
Well said, Vinny. Well said. I mean,
now let's give the people
I'd
what
pay
they
money
truly
to
want.
see Cube get his due. I'd pay money to see that.
You would pay money? What? No. First of all, you sit your $5 butt down before I come through this screen and make change.
Oh, he might be able to do that. He might be able to. He may have that technology. He could do that. He could do that.
Now, we will give the people what they truly want. Dr. Cube, their one true leader, their one true love, getting everything he and no one else would ever possibly want. Just me, all me. All mine, baby.
Yes.
And that's what will happen. That's what will happen.
Well, I don't think that'll happen, but I have to wrap this up because Vinny's got a lot of lasers pointed at him after our talk, and
He'll have more than
I'm
lasers
tired of
pointed at him,
talking to
trust
you.
me.
So
I'm tired of even looking at you,
I'll let
to you.
this.
I cannot believe you're even in the same room as me.
I'll let this cardboard incel go. Good
guys
night.
in the same room?
Virtual room, Vinny.
Okay. No,
it's a box. We're in the same cube on my screen.
Yeah, right. Because it's that makes sense. Where it's like a chat room kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, he's a long way from Salt Lake City. He's not coming into this town.
Oh, you just told him where you live, dude. Oh my god.
I was in Salt Lake City once. Yes. I married 5 women there.
How'd that work out?
I married them together into a creation, you see.
Oh
my goodness.
Well, when I didn't want just one woman, now I don't have to remember all the names. They all have the same birthday now.
I mean, theoretically, it's legal out there, I assume. So I guess that's fine.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's shady, but I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I get it, man. You like what you like. It's all right. But anyways, we're gonna cut this short. I gotta go hop off and go
shower,
to a Big Mac or something. Yeah, shower, yeah. And Dr. Cube has to go hide that mannequin that's behind his curtain.
That is a creation. That is a creation that I'm hiding. Okay.
Okay.
But I'd like to give a little sneak peek.
Well, anyways, this guy is going to go bye-bye, just like he will at the next battle. Vinny, sorry for the interruption, but I wanted to thank you for hopping on and chatting with me. And unfortunately, we were interrupted.
I've gotten used to it. I've gotten used to that maroon butting his way into people's business. And that's fine because the Kaiju Heroes will butt back December 8th live at the Bell House on YouTube. If you want to see that ignoramus get what for it, now that he's not sharing the same chat room as I am, I can say this. If you want to see that maroon, that schmuck get what's coming to him, then I hope to see you there.
Well said.